See, as a vanity type fucking thing that I have to wear sunglasses on for, really, it means I can't read the words. So, what you fucking lose on the swings, you also lose on the roundabouts or something. Two long earthworms wriggling down the path. Two long earthworms wriggling down the path. And if two long earthworms should both get chopped in half, there'd be four short earthworms wriggling down the path. Hi everybody, hi Punks for the Homeless, doing it for the kids. And today, I'm Rob from the Closet at Paris, and today I'm doing it on my own. So, expect it to be terrible without all the cover I get from my wonderful band. We're going to try a few poems, interspersed with a few songs, and we'll just see what happens. I've got them written down here in case I forget. So let's start with, this is a good one. A hippie came into my house and left me with a body louse. It laid its eggs inside my trousers, and I've got lots of body louses. Little robin in my garden. Oh, it's not, I beg your pardon. That red patch is blood, and that's sad. It's a sparrow that the cat's had. Gonna be a hurricane hitting the East Coast today. Oh, the weatherman is running everybody to get out of its way. Let alone the traffic on the westbound carriageway. We're heading east now, we ain't afraid of no way. We're gonna ride them 80-foot waves. And if we die then, it was a good way. Down to the beach with our thoughts on our PWs. Oh, we're real high rollers, tell Ryan Wilson the news. If we survive, we'll sure have a story to tell. If not, then we'll tell it to the surfers in heaven or hell. The waves are tidal, 100 feet high. It's suicidal. Oh, what a good ride. Be a hurricane hitting the East Coast today. Oh, the weatherman is wanting everybody to get out of this way. Oh, there's a long line of traffic on the westbound carriageway. We're heading east, man, we ain't afraid of no way. We're gonna ride them 125 feet waves. And if we die then, it was a good way. Right, just warming up with a couple of Closet at Paris tunes. How long it's going to take me if I'm on there for half an hour. I'm doing half an hour set. If I play half an hour and it's rubbish, I'll keep playing and then cut out the worst bits. So I'll just oh blimey, Don't forget to donate to Punks for the Homeless. Doing it for the kids. The money going to the Compass Children's Charity for street kids in South America. It might have been a wasp. It might have been a bee. Some black and yellow stripy thing stung me. And whether it were bee or whether it were wasp, it will certainly necessitate a visit to the hospital. Doing a lot of art during lockdown. Been watching doing a lot of painting workshops and stuff. Like I'm watching a lot of Bob Ross, Stop Yourself Going Mad. So most of it's rubbish, but you know, I haven't quite gone mad yet, so. Damien Hirst is so bourgeois with his sharks in his pickle jar. What's wrong with onions, you pretentious twat? Viva the proletariat! See, I've not got much respect for these sellout artists. Okay. The advert just said ground floor flat, so I went to look around, and sure enough the floor was flat and it was on the ground. This is a song that started live as a poem. I wrote it as a poem, and I think it's probably Lauren said to me, oh, we should put some music to that, we should do it with the band. So we did, and funnily enough it emerged that it's now a song that the band plays very often, and is a song that features on the Girls Are Loud CD, which you can buy from Punks for the Homeless. I snagged me jumper in Kuala Lumpur. The further I travel, the more it's unraveled. By the time I got to Istanbul, all I had was a ball of wool. But I did not care, 'cause it was hot there. Cause it was hot there, but I did not care. All I had was a ball of wool. By the time I got to Istanbul, the more it unraveled, the further I traveled. In Kuala Lumpur, I snagged me jumper. I snagged me jumper in Kuala Lumpur. The further I traveled, the more it's unraveled. By the time I got to Istanbul, all I had was a ball of wool. But I did not care, 'cause it was hot there. I met Ernest Borgnine on holiday in Devon. He was with his grandson, Ernest Borg 11. I've been a policeman now for nearly 20 years, and before that I was in the Royal Marines. And most men would be horrified if they could only see all the suffering and evil that I've seen. You get hardened in this business to the bodies in the lakes and the people with their faces blown away. And kidnapping and torture, armed robbery and rape are the things I have to deal with every day. And I've seen suicides and overdoses, babies starved to death. I've seen a 4-year-old run over by a train. I've seen 200 people drown when their battleship went down. And I've been around to pick up their remains. And I've seen little babies born who were horribly deformed around the islands where we did our nuclear testing. And I've met arsonists, extortionists, and backstreet abortionists. And when I saw this man, just had to arrest him, 'cause he had "fuck off and die" tattooed upon his face, right where you couldn't possibly ignore it, right here. He had "fuck off and die" tattooed upon his face. I've never been so shocked when I saw it. Well, when I heard his story, I said, "Officer, your tale has touched me to the bottom of my heart. What could be more degrading or outrageous or disgusting than to use your forehead for a work of art? While the governments and the generals that order genocide are devoid of all responsibility, and you can leave your door unlocked or your children unattended in a dangerous and sick society. But what could be more debased than to have written on your face a word I'm sure you never heard in the Marines? You might shock the child molesters and the murderers and rapists if you make them look at something so obscene. Well, the rapists get probation, generals walk free. This bloke got a really hefty fine. So if that policeman's never seen a thing so shocking or obscene, I'm having "I respect the law" tattooed on mine. I'm having "I respect the law." I respect the law. I'm having "I respect the law" tattooed on mine. Right there. Well, she's a teenage zombie queen. She's all dolled up for Halloween. Her eyes are black, her skin is green. Coolest cool I ever seen. And I think she looks wonderful. Oh, when she does the zombie shuffle. Oh yeah, she shuffles down the street, unsteady on her zombie feet. Oh, she hobbles and she wobbles, oh, like a zombie supermodel, heading for the cemetery, where all the zombie food is buried. She's digging up human remains to suck the bones and eat the brains. She likes American brains the best, 'cause they're much smaller than the rest. She doesn't want them any bigger. She doesn't want to spoil her figure. Other zombies like their flesh. I thought the living nice and fresh, but she thinks there's more nutrition after some decomposition. And who am I to disagree? Oh, well, the teenage queens are me. Yes, she's a teenage zombie queen, all dolled up for Halloween. Her eyes are black, her hair is green, the coolest ghoul I ever seen. And I think she looks wonderful when she does the zombie shuffle. Now let me see you move your feet to the voodoo zombie beat. Stretch out your arms in front of you, shuffle like the zombies do, and take your partner by the hand, squeeze and squeeze until he's dead. I'm going to visit my dad today. Hope I don't end up like Marvin Gaye. I was driving my bus through the border regions and I gave a lift to some mad Glaswegians. I dropped them off just outside Dundee, and when I got home I got off scot-free. Sweet Jesus, I cried. What? He replied. Would you like a sweet Jesus? I clarified. I had to go writing some haikus. Somebody said, why don't you write some haikus, Rob? You're a poet. Write some haikus. That's what poets do these days. In this modern age, people revisit the 14th century Japanese art of the haiku. And so I've done my best. I've got this one. It goes, my new alloy wheels have started to go rusty. Now that's irony. This one I tried. You asked if I might try to write you a haiku, but I don't like you. I'll pray for the soul of Monica Walsh. Her heart was true, but her teeth were false. That's weird, because there's actually a gravestone in Loughborough Cemetery, and that's all it says on it. It says, pray for the soul of Monica Walsh. And nothing else. So, you know, what she'd done to deserve such a terrible epitaph, I really don't know. But I quite like that gravestone, so I thought I'd add the rhyme for it and make it a happier place. So someone else said to me, Rob, why don't you write some proper poetry, you know, like Shakespeare or something? So I thought, yes. And I don't know very much Shakespeare poetry, to be honest, but I had a go at one that sounded a bit like the only one I could remember, and it's a romantic poem. Shall I compare thee to a Stilton cheese? Thou art more smelly, but much less mature. Blue veins are visible behind your knees, though cheese lacks knees, I'm reasonably sure. So there you go. That's me serious poetry for you. Done that one, done that one, done that one. Blimey. Yeah. I'll have to do another song then. I'm running out of poems that aren't crap. How long have I done anyway? Oh, blimey. Shall I do another Cars at Et Paris song? I've done a few. I know you all know Cars at Paris songs, don't you? And the better with the band. But all two of the band have done solo gigs on here and done, Lauren did Magic Levitating Finger and Rosie did Koala Lumpur and I think Susan Grimshaw. So, it's Steve's turn next. We haven't told him yet, but the bass player is the only one who hasn't done a solo gig for this show. Come round, get fed, lie down in bed, just like you've had catfish, drop dead, right, man. I started writing poetry. I was living in Bridgewater in 1987, and I'd been out busking in Bath. In fact, I hadn't gone busking in Bath. I tried to go busking in Bath, hitching there to get there, and I didn't manage to get a lift for ages. And when I did get a lift, they were going to Weston-super-Mare. So I thought, well, stop standing by the side of the road waiting for somebody to take me to Bath for another however many hours. I'll go to Weston-super-Mare and I'll try my luck there. And I went to Weston-super-Mare and I went busking there, and it was shit. And when I got home, eventually, hours later, having made virtually no money, my girlfriend at the time, Sarah, had a copy of the local free newspaper had come through the post, and it had a competition in it, for a poetry competition, and it said, a £25 prize, I believe it was, and they wanted poems that were about places in Somerset. And I thought, oh, okay, right, I'll give it a go. I'd just come back from Weston-super-Mare, having had a really, really shit day. I'll write a poem about Weston-super-Mare, and I'll send it to the Western Daily Gazette or whatever it's called, and win £25 to sort out my bad day. That's the way it is. Anyway, so I did. That's exactly what I did. I wrote this poem, and I sent it off, and I didn't win. I think the prize was won by some old lady writing about pretty flowers in a cottage in, I don't know, Taunton Dean or something. However, no, they didn't like my poem. It didn't win any prizes at all, but it did start me on my poetry route. And it goes, if I can remember it rightly, it goes, come to Weston-super-Mare, you're sure to have a ball. You can spend a fortnight there doing bugger all. Come to Weston-super-Mare, watch the passing ships, have a game of bingo and eat some fish and chips. Come to Weston-super-Mare, the birthplace of John Cleese. It's not that far from Cheddar, where they make the cheese. Come to Weston-super-Mare. You probably won't find me there. I'll be playing my penny whistle in Bristol. And there you go, didn't win. So, but now the world is now stuck with me as a poet, thanks to how crap Weston-super-Mare was on that day. I'm sure it's not always that bad. I'm sure it's a lovely place, really. I know the sea goes out a long way, and you can walk a long way on the beach without getting your feet wet. But hey. So I've got any more poems for you? I've done that one, done that one, done that one. Yeah, my friend, my very good friend Darren said to me one day, "Right, you're a poet then, Rob," he said. "Why don't you write a poem with some have something in your poem that rhymes with purple? Because nobody can do that." He said, "Nobody can do that." And I said, "Oh, really, Darren? No one can do that, can they?" I said, "Right, that's a fucking challenge. Okay, I'll give it a go." So nothing rhymes with purple, apparently. So I wrote this. It goes, I've got it written down because I can't remember it. Last night I dreamt I met Sir Paul McCartney. See what I've done there? Buying some shiny brass door hinges. He smiled and offered a purple cigar to me. And some oranges. So there you go. I like to write poems about celebrity deaths. Because they don't amuse me. I don't like people dying or anything like that. But when people die in bizarre ways and stuff, I think it's worth marking the occasion. That's why, hence the Marvin Gaye one earlier. And but when I've done these, I've done occasional poetry readings, and I've done them, and people have gone, "Who?" Because I'm really old now, and people don't actually remember who these people are or how they died. So I sometimes have to sort of like then go on and explain who they are and how they died. So in this, Keith Relf was a singer in the Yardbirds, right? Singer in the Yardbirds, and he died on stage, not with the Yardbirds, after he left the Yardbirds, with a band called Renaissance. He died on stage by grabbing hold of a microphone that wasn't earthed. And so I wrote for Keith, I'm going to do the rewiring myself with some handy hints that I got from Keith Relf. Wrong, I know, but you know. If you can remember the people, if I do a couple more, and if you can remember the people and how they died, that's really helpful. If you can't, you have to Google them, like Alan Ball, the England World Cup winning footballer. Right. This bonfire just won't get going at all, but I know how to sort it out, said Alan Ball. You can probably guess if you don't know. They said it was suicide when Kurt Cobain died, but I saw Dave Grohl on the grassy knoll. See where I'm going with this? If you can got any for yourself, you know, if you've got any that you want to supply to me, and I'll probably one day do them and credit you for them, because you know I'm sort of bored of doing it now. I've done. I bought a book on autoeroticism, but it didn't make much sense. So I gave it to Michael Hutchence. I thought that was quite good. I know poets aren't supposed to do cover versions. That's a sort of generally accepted rule. I don't know why it isn't. But I'm going to do a poem that was written by a friend of mine because he's no longer alive to do it. So you know, I'll do it on his behalf, because this is my favourite poem. It's not by me or Alton Nash or John Hegley. This is by Roger Fawkes, and it goes, I'm from outer space. It's a really quiet place. You could hear a pin drop, but it wouldn't. Thank you very much. I turneth the key expectantly, but starteth not, would she. Give it some choke, adviseth the bloke that sold the car to me, for it is an ancient mariner, and it starteth 1 in 3 times, approximately. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop and see how long I've done, and I'm also going to go and find the lyrics to something I've forgotten the lyrics to, and if I've got time to do that, I'll do it. If I haven't, I'll just leave you with what you've got. Don't forget to donate to the Compass Children's Charity, and enjoy all the other fantastic artists who are performing today. And I shall see you again very soon. Hopefully I'll see you all again in a live place with all my band and everything. And we have got a gig coming up in July with our very good friends Dog Mess. See that sticker on my guitar there? Yeah, Dog Mess. Dog Mess. Don't miss them. And the Activistas, Gary and Rachel's band. So that is not to be missed, and it's in Leicester in July. So look out for that one. And we'll see you all next time. Bye.